Welcome to Inventing Magic, episode 10. My name is Blake Vogt, and my special guest today is Nick Diffatte. Welcome to the show.
Thanks so much. I'm thrilled, for
Thank you for
real.
doing this.
Exciting.
I'm so excited to jam with you. I don't think we've formally jammed on a thing ever before, but we've
No.
hung multiple times, Magic Camp,
Yeah,
and
yeah. I forgot actually. That's
so
great.
many mutual friends.
Greatest spot.
Dream come true to get to jam with you because this is my secret excuse for having the show.
Incredible.
Awesome, man. Well, I will start a 1 hour timer just because I've explained everything to you before this started, and that way we can jump right in. You ready?
Love it. Yes, sir.
Here we go. 1 hour starting now. Let's go.
Yeah. Uh,
Magic.
I love it. Do you normally I obviously I'm lucky enough to be in my apartment this week, which is not always the case.
Totally.
Uh, are you somebody that my brain has to have things in front of me in order
Totally.
to remember that I'm working on them? Because
Totally.
I'm an okay note taker, I think.
Yes.
I've like growing up, I've been able to get better at it, and it's been an active maybe we need to keep better record of this because I'll forget.
Yes.
Like I just had that last week where it was like, I really need this thing. I've got this spot in January that I need to do. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I did write the thing that would fit that perfectly, but it was 2 years ago and I forgot that it
Yes.
existed.
I'm exact
Uh,
same way. I write everything down as best I can, but I'm not great at it. And just out of frame of this camera are like 17 things that have been started but not
yeah.
finished.
So that's what I'm in the middle of. This is the I'm here with a week with nothing going on and a handful of things coming up. So
Cool.
I've got the half done table. I've got the
Cool.
table full of stuff and just props. Like there are
Amazing, man.
there are a lot of I pulled a giant pile of stuff.
Awesome.
That's the
Yeah.
I didn't want to tell you before, but I have the half done table, two tables, and I grabbed stuff that's kind of close to an idea, but also just objects that I like,
Cool, man.
never
That's
done.
awesome.
So
Amazing. Yeah, I have the same
hopefully
thing. I'm lucky too. Sometimes I've done this on a ship, which is harder. I just have like my
oh
my material with me.
yeah,
But I'm in my office right now. It's a mess. I have every tool, probably prop you could think of here around me or within reaching distance. So
ditto.
we can
I've
jam
got
on anything. I was going to mention too that you're currently performing at Mad Apple at New York, New York, right?
yeah.
How is that going?
It's a blast. It's the greatest. I do it this year. It's about 7 months out of the year, but usually about half last few years.
Good.
I love it. Super
Do
fun.
you have set material you do? Do you get to play around at all, or do you have to do the set stuff?
There, the only thing is timing. So
Hmm.
there's a giant hockey clock in the back of the room,
Oh,
and
cool.
I gotta hit 15 kind of dead nuts on. And so
Wow.
there's some wiggle room within that for how I'm feeling and how they're vibing.
Yeah.
But it's timing wise that's the only real constraint.
Do you ever try stuff out there, or what's your process for putting a new thing together?
I can't really try stuff out there. I've felt
Yeah.
it's too that's kind of like the showcase spot for
Yep.
me. So I'm doing the same main trick that I do every single night there, and then
Amazing.
there's a little bit of wiggle room with the opening stuff, but
That's
I like to
cool.
keep that one tight. So yeah, it's a blast though. I
What's
really
your
like it.
outlet for testing material? Like, do you test it on friends, people, like gigs, other gigs?
So initially it was ships
Yeah.
because I was when I was growing up, I had however much material, 25 minutes,
Hmm.
right? And then you get booked for a ship. I got booked on Holland or something.
Yeah.
And they were like, "You've got an hour." And I was like, "Of course,
Yes, of
let's
course.
do it." And so then ships became like the place where I first had more than a half hour or
Yeah.
whatever. And
Yeah.
you're getting off in port and going to the Office Depot and the magic shop in Seattle and taping stuff together and doing it that week.
Dude,
Um,
I know the feeling. I just recently was in
Surreal.
Hawaii and found out got off at port and found out I was doing two more shows than I thought I was doing, and I didn't have enough supplies. So I was going to every Staples, Office Depot, like on some one of the Hawaiian Islands, and like
Yeah.
a pack of note cards was like 30 or 40 bucks. And I was like, this is outrageous.
They had to make them. They cut each one by hand for you.
Yeah, it would have been
Draw
cheaper
the
if I
lines
bought
on.
card stock or something. But I know
Oh.
the feeling. Yeah, that's super cool. So that's where the playtime happened mainly.
Yeah, I would say so. Now it's tough, right? Because I've got more than half the year is Cirque. The other another big chunk is private corporate-y stuff
Mhm.
or other things where it's like comedy festival where I really don't want to be totally wishy-washy with what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Um,
100%.
this sounds terrible, but I love working out stuff. Not completely new, but like I've had a few reps on it and then I'll do it at the castle. I think we're all guilty of that.
Castle's the best place because you can do
Yeah,
it so many times back to back.
I've just gotten flack from a handful of people that are like, come on, this is the dream venue. And it's like, it
Really?
is, but also, yeah, well, I mean, what are you gonna do? And it wasn't because the material was bad, but I was talking about it as if it was like a place where I go to work stuff out. But I think
Oh,
we all do that there.
yeah.
21, where else are you gonna? And if you do brunch, that trick is rock solid.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the Castle's the perfect place.
Oh
Are
yeah.
there comedy clubs? Do you ever perform at comedy clubs?
Not currently.
I'd
I've
be
done them. I
murdered.
do two a year,
Cool.
technically, like a couple funny bone clubs, and I love
Nice.
doing it because it fits.
Do you do
But
the Comedy Magic Club ever when you're in
I've
town?
never done it.
Oh my
Yeah, I've had three people that are like, it's in, the email's sent, do it.
Yeah,
But
dude.
I just schedule wise the last 4 or 5 years, I haven't been able to.
Well, it's not close if you're ever in LA for work. It's like
Yeah,
an hour out of the way, but that's a great place to work stuff out too.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's objects do you have?
Okay, so
Let's do objects that have nothing to do with anything you've even thought about.
done. Um, well, I'll give you I have a couple of those, but I have mostly things that I have nothing solid with, but I like the object for some reason, and I can give you the reason.
I have some of those too, and this is a two-way street. So you go and then I'll go and we can go back and forth.
So large lima beans,
What?
A plus object. This is
Wh-
like
Why?
because so I do a handful of close-up things a year, not a lot, but I'm very in the Eugene Berger thinking that with close up, like you need a really strong opening line and a really strong closing line. And
Ooh.
I just think that pulling beans out of your pocket and trying to tell them like, because I love selling people on, you'll see that as a theme with the objects, selling people on a theme that is sounds like a factual thing that you're just telling them over coffee, but is the worst conceit to get into a trick ever.
Amazing. That's
So like I have a sports mode thing with the iPhone camera that I've done for years where it starts with like a 3 minute conversation with them about an update to the iPhone camera. And it takes a long time before they realize that we're into a trick.
yeah.
But I love that. I love that. I love that vibe.
What's the size of a lima bean?
I'm so this says large and they're pretty big. They're like, I don't know, button size,
Yeah.
half an inch or something. And
So
that
like
was the original I wanted to do. You know, Gaetan Bloom's buttons through table,
no.
badass sleeper trick. Hope no one's actually listening to this. That's a
Yeah.
killer thing. And I used to do it. I used to futz with it, and I was like, "Oh my God, if I pull out magic beans and I tell them these are magic beans, they're legit though. Like I got them from a real guy."
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
pull them out of a coin purse, which you need for the trick anyways. Simple,
Epic.
badass, epic.
So
You
that thing, it didn't need to be a button. It's just that's the size.
you need it so it's on. How much can we?
Oh, whatever.
I don't want to
Respect. We
step
won't
on
give
his
away other
toes.
methods, but like,
Yeah, it's on a thread. That seems
okay.
fun to say. A
Yeah.
lot of these things are.
Yeah, totally.
Um, So it's you. I was taking a jeweler's drill bit and drilling a hole in a bean, and it held up pretty good. So
Dude.
you couldn't see if you drill a hole at an angle in a thing like this,
Oh my God.
you can't really see it if you're flat on, right?
Whoa.
Because it's
So
so
it could
fine.
be on a string.
Yeah. With
Jeez.
no tape or whatever, you could just thread the thing and tape it back to the purse.
I love
Uh,
that.
So, but it never went anywhere because when am I doing beans through table?
I'm gonna
Uh,
write down beans. I have an idea. How many objects would you say are around you right now?
I've got 3 or 4 big ones
Okay.
that
How about beans? What if we each do three
sold.
and then we'll just talk about those six things?
I love that.
Okay. So one thing that I just keep, I was hoping I have one around because I just keep them everywhere
Mm.
because it's such an interesting object to me is a tape measure.
Yeah.
And this one has a sticker on it right now for no reason. And there's so many different kinds. I love them because they can get so big
Yeah.
and there's
Scope and scale
the
is a big thing
scope,
with
the
props.
scale. I've seen like I haven't seen tons of tricks with them. Josh J had a cool one years ago I saw with have you seen the one he does with it?
Yeah. With the X on it.
The height, yeah.
Yeah.
Love that
Super
premise.
clever. And I think he didn't he reveal that on something too?
He's put it out because I learned it from an
I mean, like to the
instructional.
public. I think he did
Oh,
it on a show because it's his own method, so it's totally within the like. I think he demonstrated it on a TV show years later after
hey,
publishing it.
that's cool. Yeah, it's his thing.
Full flex. Wish I
Yeah.
could do that.
Well, we can talk about that, I
Yeah,
love like I am openly talk about how I invent, build, design things. I feel like this object makes sense to me.
yeah,
I like that it's retractable, like as
yeah.
a method. So
Yep.
like it is a reel, like
Yeah.
so it could either
Oh,
be yeah,
sorry, the do you know the Thayer thing that they sold?
no.
Can I do I have 30 seconds?
Yeah, totally.
30
I will
seconds.
just play with a tape measure on screen. to give
29.
people- I can still hear you.
Oh, well, so I'm going through, I have printmakers drawers full of gimmicks. That's my big, anybody who's been over here knows that it's a little bit of an obsession.
That's amazing.
Oh, come on. The one,
Is this something to do with a tape measure?
yes.
Oh my God, that's so
Oh,
cool.
I just wanted to leave the podcast.
Well, I didn't know if it made you think of a different trick with a reel or it's actually a tape measure.
It's literally so whatever. I'll find it it's in one of 5 drawers and I can pop out later, but it's Thayer sold a thing that was a tape measure with some other brass shit welded to it and painted flesh tone. And it was like a handkerchief suspension thing or something.
Oh, cool.
So it was like, you extend the thing and the handkerchief is now rigid and whatever, and then it can suck back into itself.
I love that.
I mean, uh, no one
That's
ever did it.
that's even better. I love that.
Ah,
I love the idea that it's like very sturdy and then once it gets to a certain length, it's like very flimsy.
yeah.
I like the idea of like trying to touch somebody or get to somebody in the audience and then get their thing with it, like as a
Yeah.
retrieval device.
I love things that move things across the stage also.
Yes.
The thing with the straw on the string with a balloon,
No.
science class thing. So I've been trying to come up with a trick for this for years. Uh, but you have like, I was using it to send a thought. I would ask that people maybe don't do that, but it's okay. So you tape I would tape the piece of string to someone's head and it goes 20 feet, right? And then you put a straw over the string and the person that's thinking of the thought blows up the balloon and then tapes it to the straw.
Oh my
And
God.
then when you let it go, it shoots down the string with no friction, no nothing, straight into the guy's head.
That's amazing.
But it accomplishes nothing.
Yeah.
It's a great stage picture.
That's really cool. You never
Yeah,
did
so
that or
that's
you played with it?
I futzed with it. Let's say I did it twice. I did it with a book test and I did it with a because the I had a cool method for cueing the guy
Cool.
to reveal the thing. So he knows the thought. He doesn't quite know how it's the thought that the other person's thinking.
Yeah, yeah. Like a
Um,
dual reality type thing.
yeah, but I
That's cool.
really loved. I mean, I tried to do it with a build routine. I tried to do it with whatever. Just that I don't know what,
Visual's amazing.
but poo, buddy,
I
good thing.
love that. Last thing I'll say about tape measures is I
We
love that if you get the ones that lock or stay open, you could put like 10 of them on stage and make like a barrier that you're trying to get through.
yeah,
I just
or
like
like
the
hold
visual
up
of it
a
because it'd be
group or
so fragile.
something. Yeah,
I don't know.
that's really great. Well, just
There's nothing there though.
things that well, it's also one of those things that I have a lot of objects that I think are like I use an inhaler for a couple of things.
Love that.
I think that these are objects that are inherently funny
Yes.
and tell the whole story when you pull it out. Like a guy pulling out a tape measure on stage in the right setting is a pretty funny thing.
Or beans.
Or beans.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's a lot there.
Yeah.
Um
Bean
should I
bag.
bean what?
Bean bag.
Bean bag, bean bag, bean. I had I had a weird theory for a while where with the bean thing where I was just buying like every little brass trick, ring
Great.
casket, fill tube, this thing,
Great.
that thing, and being like, how does this apply to bean? How does this apply to right? It's just taking things and trying to make see what the crossover is.
That's so great, man. I love
Uh
that.
I love that vibe. I love trying to find like here's four Steve Dushek tricks that are fucking genius, and then trying to apply them to like sack
Bean.
of beans.
Love
Um,
that.
yeah, my brain's a little messy,
No,
but
that's great. I love it.
uh, I have potatoes because, and so it's also on the straw thing. So I have a trick with a straw.
Hmm.
Um, I put it in my story. Did you see that thing with the straw wrapper, shooting the straw wrapper?
We like,
So you shoot it. So the idea was, and this is I am actively doing this, so we won't get too into method or whatever, but
yeah, yeah.
uh, have a ring, somebody's holding a juggling ring, and I hand it to them, and then I shoot the straw wrapper out, and it goes through the hoop and back, and I catch.
Yes, I did see this.
So that's led to having thousands of straws in the house because you buy some kind of straw and then it doesn't quite work for that thing. And then
Amazing.
you're like, well, it's a straw. I can't throw it out when it's new.
Right.
I'm already the guy that's like, I don't like paper straws in
Oh
LA.
my God, dude. So you've got a bunch.
We have
Wait, how does that relate to the potatoes?
so uh here's buckle up. So another science class thing that I've always wanted to show an audience, and I don't know why. Do you know where this is going at all?
No, I love sciencey stuff though. It's
Yeah.
super interesting and a great pseudo method for magicy stuff.
So I don't know if this is going to work,
Yeah.
but I've done it. We haven't tested these potatoes. They just came from Instacart.
Oh
But
my
if you
God.
take a normal straw, you can stick it all the way through a potato.
I would, that's real or that's a trick?
This is real. This is
Whoa,
just a thing you can do. And
I didn't
so
know that.
I'm obsessed with it. But all you do is you cover it up. It's air pressure, right?
Oh,
So half the time you'll end up with this potato plug in here, which
uh-huh.
then you can also shoot. It's just like this is such a weird thing.
I love that. So is there a plug in there now, or because of the air pressure, it normally pushes it out?
There is a plug in here.
Whoa.
So this is not the biggest plug I've gotten out of one, but it's pretty crazy. But yeah, just covering it with your thumb and going through. I went through the same hole, but you get the idea. This is
Dude,
rad.
this is so rad. I remember
Um,
I used to go to a theme park in Nashville, Tennessee called Dollywood
oh,
because
it's the
of
best.
from you've been there?
Oh yeah.
So I
I
wouldn't
booked
go
a
there
gig
I
just to
grew up in
go there.
Indiana. What?
I'm a big theme park guy, and I booked a gig just to go there and made them give me a hotel for another night.
When was this? Do they still have a magic shop there?
Mm-mm.
Okay. There was a
Maybe two.
magic shop there when I was younger, and this guy would do a magic show outside of it to promote the tricks inside.
Yeah.
And one thing he always sold in the show was a potato gun, a tater gun.
A plus item.
Yes. And so it was just the plastic one that he'd put in, bop off the thing, and fire it.
Yeah.
He had a whole song that went with it.
Oh God.
But
Find this
I've
man.
always loved that item. But this could technically be, could you,
But you could blow. Let me see what we got here. Nope.
or it's really tight. Is that the
It's
issue?
really tight.
Really tight.
Yeah. Uh oh, and the straw is now cracked. But that
Yep.
might be the type of straw or whatever. I don't know. But
Totally.
one thought that I had with this years ago was to show them this,
Mm-hmm.
and then I love like ring on stick type of things.
Yeah.
So I actually have a trick with a potato that's an old apparatus-y trick, but I core the potato and then use rope and do the whatever.
Cool.
But I love, love, love the idea of like them, you can show them this, but even if you had one with a hole in it already, another big hole, they could hold on to this. It's signed. You throw a handkerchief over it and pull the potato out from under it.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, baby. Guess what? We don't have a method. This has been years of sticking straws in potatoes with no progress.
Really?
Yeah, I think I don't know. I have that thing that I think everybody has where you fall in love with an idea and then
Mm-hmm.
you fall out of love with an idea and you need to be able to push through that barrier
Mm-hmm.
to re-fall in love with it. And then that's like everything in my act. I've had that journey, that exact same like, this is a piece of shit. I'm never gonna do it
Totally.
again. And then I just gave it that extra 10% or whatever, 5%. And then
1% sometimes.
sometimes, yeah, it's
Yeah.
scary. Um,
Dude, that is killer. I love that. So stab, hold, cover, potato.
love it.
It's
But I
done.
also have a similar thing. Maybe do you know the trick? Oh God, Patrick Page. This is like an A plus. I can't give out all my sleepers on here, but
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
no, Patrick Page had a trick called Core to Cup that I am obsessed with, where you borrow a mug and you have a piece of rope and you thread the rope through the mug and then you throw the mug over your shoulder. You could tie it and then the mug penetrates off of the rope and every you can examine everything. And it's like the greatest
It
thing.
reminds
It's
me of the
$10.
Gaten Bloom thing with the padlock. Have you seen that?
Yeah, which is badass. And I tried to make that. And all I ended up with was a bruise on my head from throwing a padlock.
I made it and did it on stage, and
Oh man,
I think the problem was I thought it was cooler than they did,
totally.
and
It's
it
genius.
showed.
Ah, but the method is he is an actual genius. I don't fanboy over a lot of people, but he's one
Same.
of them.
I'm a huge fan of his. That's a genius. But that made me think of it because it's a similar visual. But you're saying that the cup starts attached, thrown over.
The throwing it over your shoulders is just the convincer with this, but the gimmick is great. Everything about it is great. I did it when I was 15 because I found it in a shop, and that's a great trick.
That's a great trick.
But the idea was to borrow an espresso cup and borrow a pencil, and you thread the mug on, and they hold the pencil, and you throw a handkerchief over, and you can come off with the mug.
That's cool.
And I had a cool way to do it that was the gimmick was very similar to his thing with the rope. And so we
Cool.
could dig into that. That's a thought.
I love that.
Yeah,
Let me find something
I want to see
here.
your pile of stuff so that
Yeah,
I
I
can
know.
feel worse about my pile of stuff.
I feel like yours are way further along items. No, I want to show you that one, but like I want to keep it to items that people would plausibly like.
Do it. Oh, I'm into it. We could do. I'll help people if they need help buying something. We can. Okay, maybe not. That's phenomenal.
It's a work in progress. I'm not even going to say it out loud so the people listening have no idea what I just did.
That's for next year's episode when you have to circle back to the same.
Tape. I'm obsessed with tape. I'll say
Me too.
that. I have
Yeah.
tape everywhere, and I love the idea of like duct tape. I have a trick with scotch tape where I do like a gypsy thread type trick
That's great.
with it. And then recently I was talking with Rune Klan and he figured out how to do my gypsy tape with duct tape.
Oh,
Dude, he is a monster. Take duct tape,
he's a monster.
stuck paces all over his body, and then
Yeah,
collects them all and then puts them together. Yeah, that's insane. But I love tape. I think duct tape and tape in general as an object, as a like,
yeah.
a binding system, as a fixing system. Everybody, like thinking of crappy ways to fix something with like Kentucky Chrome or like some duct tape on stage.
I have a
Like,
tape visual that you might like. I do. It's in a trick that is. I would super love people not to do this visual, but I'll explain it if that's cool.
yeah,
Uh,
dude.
it's stupid, but it. I love that this is the thing that I'm like, please don't avoid the
This
tape.
is precious.
I'm a little precious with this tape thing,
Yep.
but it's a newspaper test.
Cool.
So, grocery store newspaper, tear it in half, and I stick the pieces to. So, I don't know if I can demo it effectively, but like tape around a mic stand, tape around a mic stand. So now the sticky side is towards the
Oh
audience.
my God, that's
I can
amazing.
go bip, 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 bip as I go down the newspaper. So the audience has this like evolution chart of the piece getting down to that small.
Great.
Uh, and it thrills me.
Dude, that visual is insane.
Uh, and the I was really happy with the method that I landed on for newspaper test. But if there's any like that type
And
of
so it's
thing,
like a clothesline that can display things, is the
yeah,
visual. That's
I was messing with it with silks.
genius.
I just love that like changing a space thing. Like you can do it with
Totally.
a tape measure, right? Where you're reaching out over people or whatever. And also it's like there's so many things in my show that I consider not they're like not appropriate to just do in a social setting. That's why
Uh-huh.
they're cool and special in a theatrical thing. So like putting tape all over a room and tearing stuff up and
It's
have
only okay here.
yeah, confetti. Like when people give you these rules as a kid of like you can't wear jeans and you can't make a mess and you can't and it's like okay, well those are all they go, well you'll never be in a production show doing that stuff. And it's like that's the reason that I get the jobs I have is because I'm fucking around.
That's so awesome, man. You're
But
so right too.
it's goofy.
I love
Um,
that.
but tape is great. Very excited about tape if you have any desire to jump into that.
Yep.
So I give you one last thing
Yep.
and then
We're
wrap.
almost at the halfway mark, so you do
Oh
one, I'll
God.
do one, and then I like these objects already.
I
I'm
don't need
cool
to
with
toss
jamming on
in
these
any more
four.
then. We're keeping, they have to guess what the other object was. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'll
No, I
give my
want to know. I want to know.
paper bags.
Ooh, dude.
Paper bag, and it particularly I've been wanting, and we don't need to dive into it, but I have wanted a paper bag puppet trick for 12 years.
I love paper bags. I had them right next to my desk until recently, and I think because my family we did like popcorn and I moved them into the kitchen, so I have a lot of them because I'm in
Yeah.
the same. I'm obsessed with paper bags. I built which I don't think there's footage of this anywhere, but I built a massive card castle out of Ralph's bags.
Oh, so it looked like grocery, just no straight up bags.
Yep, I did it at the Comedy Magic Club for a little while. Could never really get it to hit. But then
Oh,
I rebuilt a new one, which I've got in the garage. I could get it. It's pretty gnarly.
oh my God.
Um, but it's big. It's like think
Yeah.
about I was like, oh, a paper bag is a rectangle and you could do like card stuff. It's like a
Yeah.
jumbo size
Right.
deck in a weird way. But the paper sack ones is probably what you're talking about, right? Like
Yeah.
the
I'm talking lunch bag. Sometimes I splurge and I go one size bigger than a lunch bag.
wow.
Isn't it just better being
Yeah,
us?
totally.
Uh, but but yeah, lunch bag size really appeals to me. I had a couple transpositions
Cool.
them with like puppet. So they write their initials in the mouth of a puppet that they've
Oh,
drawn,
cool.
and then it jumps into the one that I've got or whatever.
I love that.
It's yeah, it's cool. It also just it's in the realm of like in the settings that I'm working,
Paper
it's
bag.
a better parlor trick for
Yeah.
15 people that have, we at the show, we're 1,300 seats
Wow.
and I'm surrounded.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful constraint,
Good parameter. Yeah.
but
That's
also,
great.
it makes a lot of magic kind of tough. So,
All right. I like that. I'm gonna write that down.
yes, sir.
And then the final one I got right here, Mousetrap. I love
What's
them.
embarrassing? Dude, it's like every one of these fucking episodes, it feels set up. But on my kitchen counter, there are two mouse traps and a wine glass for a thing I was working on.
Dude, I love them because they're small, they're portable, everyone knows what it is, and it's believable danger. I feel like so many
Yeah,
things, or it's a good method because it's really powerful. I've built something before where the method was one of these hidden
oh
inside
yeah,
that was activated for a really strong short pull, which
sure.
this is good for. But also, I don't like non-believable danger because
Yep.
it's just like at a certain point, I think it's a lose-lose. This is subjective, but I think either this is fake or you're an idiot. Like when it
Yeah.
comes to certain danger things.
And like, why did you bring this shit? I've always been like, in a theatrical escape setting,
Yes,
there's a handful of theatrical escapes that I think are like
this
powerful.
this is
But
true. Yes.
in the realm of like, you brought that giant fucking thing, and I'm supposed to think that you aren't the best at getting out of that thing that's shaped like a animal, like this
Yes.
metal beast, you know?
This for some reason is like, oh, I know what that is.
Yeah, simple and shitty if you get hit. And it's another thing that like if you pull it out and put it on the table in a close-up setting, it's incredibly subversive,
Yes.
weird feeling,
Yes.
and they know and they're afraid of it. When you
Yep.
set a mousetrap, I've had a trick with a mousetrap before, and when you set a mousetrap in a social setting, people get uncomfortable.
Ooh, I never thought about that.
It's like Kalen had the X-Acto knife.
Oh, love that.
I was like, I need this so bad it hurts. But there wasn't a trick at the time. I'm sure he has something now, but like just the prop. I was backstage at Cirque when I got it, and I was putting it in people's hands and then taking the cap off, and and it's like the vibe changes. It's
Yes.
completely different. And a mousetrap, I think, is at least a similar thing where they are really, that primate brain kind of kicks in.
Totally. Like this is bad. This could
Yeah,
be very bad. Even though I've never been hit with one, but I'm sure it's just like it just
sucks.
sucks. But
Yeah,
it's not doing permanent damage.
yeah. You could break your
So
pinky, but
really?
I don't know. I've never. I would assume so. You
I
know the
believed you.
tongue?
Ooh.
I used to do that when I was a kid, the sideshow thing. And that's not bad, but I now know three people in that realm who like smashed their front teeth out because they just angled their hand wrong.
Fuck, man. No
So,
way.
but it's like, that's one of those stunts that's like not as bad as it looks unless you break all your front teeth.
Then it's bad.
Then it's a little bad.
What a story. Oh my God.
But Mousetrap might be good.
All right.
Mousetrap is exciting to me.
We got six. I love these six. I would happily jam on any one of these six.
Okay.
Just to recap, we got beans, tape measure, potato, tape, paper bag, mousetrap.
Beans paper bag. Hey, let's hit those on a coffee in 3 years from now. But let's immediately exciting to me. Mousetrap, straw potato.
Yeah.
At least chat about it. It seems like it's at least interesting. But I mean, I'd love Mousetrap seems doable. Let me grab mine.
Okay. I'm trying to think what I would have. You go ahead. I don't have straws or a potato, but I have similar shaped objects which I could pull out.
If you have like a watermelon and a PVC pipe, we
Yes.
should be fine. Yeah.
Dude, that's great.
Open scale, baby.
Can you imagine you did the intro as this is you're like, so now does everybody understand what's going on? I'll be right back. And you watch. with
with a
like
cantaloupe and a PVC pipe. Well, so here's the thing. So if you fuck. So if you show the straw and potato thing, because
Mhm.
that's enough of a thing just to, I think you could do that for an audience. I know this seems nuts, but you could do that for an audience and they will accept it as like an interesting
I
thing.
don't think I'm an idiot, but I genuinely was wondering if that was a trick you demoed or if that was
Right.
real when you did it.
And that's why I have a handful of things like that that I think are exciting. Little
Yes,
science bullshit things. I love those like Tom Tit books and all the, I'm sure that's not how you say it, but old French science books and different things
yes,
where it's like you'll find some little weird nut like that. Um,
I
but
agree.
so if you did straw through potato, bink, did it, moment, explain, just say it's a science thing.
Yeah,
And then, like, okay, now for the folks in the back, and you have a broom and a melon or whatever.
dude.
Now we're into the realm of the coming off the straw, but it's not such a tiny, shitty trick. Now it's like you could have somebody sign a cantaloupe that you've already drilled a hole through, and you've got a pretty legit thing.
That is yeah. I love that as an intro. I could totally see. I mean, I've seen you perform live on stage, and you
Oh,
have such
sorry.
a unique. I'm not saying I could perform anything like you, but we are in a similar realm where, like, my vision, I try to see things how I would do it, and I feel
Yeah.
like you and I could do the same trick. People would see totally different
Yeah.
performances,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it could fit us both.
Mhm.
I could totally see myself doing the whole thing with the straw and the potato. And
Yeah.
like, okay, are we all on the same page? We all think this is cool?
Yeah.
Everybody got it?
This shit.
I need two people to help me. Let me get some stuff.
Yeah. I think I mean, and then I think a lot of people, when you're given a thing like that, they go, well, it's gotta theatrically, you have to jab the thing through the
hmm
cantaloupe. You
hmm
can't just have a hole drilled and put it through. But I think in this scenario, it's completely acceptable to not jab a hole in a melon with
Totally.
a pipe. Like you've given them a theatrical concept and now they're going to accept that you have this essentially it's just a giant bead, right? Like now we've got all those all these tricks.
So,
um
I mean, where my head goes next, as far as just because, like, the way I love to jam first is like magic superpowers. Like,
yeah, yeah,
forget the trick, like, forget the method, even though that is, if you said that's the part you've been stuck on, like, it is
sure,
the necessary.
sure,
But like there's the first trick, which is like object spiked,
yeah.
covered, remove object, remove cover, and then that's the miracle, right? Whether it's yeah.
Well, so do you want to go, so there's the two people that I jam with the most. uh One would push me very hard to be like, why the fuck are you covering it?
Mm,
Right. I think that's super common where it's
hmm
like, okay, magic soup. I'm in the realm where when I'm really working on a thing, like it's because there are shows in the next chunk of it's the how do we do this? I think you touched on this before, but like Captain Frodo Santini and I are very in the camp of like, what's the tonight method? Or like
Yes.
what's the under 10 grand? How do I do this in a real place?
Totally. What would
Obviously,
Copperfield do with an unlimited budget? Like,
right.
what's that method?
And then what am I actually gonna do? And then use the prototype until I die.
Totally. I've been there with too many tricks.
Yeah. I
But
just realized
I like
use
what you're saying about why are you covering it? Because that's a good question.
that Andre Cole. Do you remember that bonkers Andre Cole ball penetration thing?
No.
So when I first saw it, I think it fooled me badly. And then when I thought about it, I was kind of like, that fooled me badly. It's very, very clever.
Okay.
But it's like it's a stick, and I think he has three balls, and it's like a gospel trick, and he pulls the one ball, it just goes boop, pulls the one ball completely free.
Cool.
And it's kind of like that visual in my head is great.
Because
But there
it wasn't covered.
right. But there is something to I was talking to Teller about this. There was a trick, the trick I was talking earlier about the with the potato with a hole in it. He did a similar thing, and we were talking about the difference that in that trick you do not need to cover it. You can just go dip and pull the thing through the rope. There is something inherently not better, but interesting or adds texture or adds excuses for them to think of other more complicated methods when you cover it.
Totally.
And so I would actually be totally fine in this case with saying that we covered the melon.
Yeah. Here's an interesting question. Is it better or worse or just different if you straw stab the potato and then like if it was a long enough straw and a small enough potato, like if you bent the corners around and like made it and then like removed
Oh,
the potato?
interesting.
So you
I
do
also see
like
a lot of methods open up with that,
so
which is
you do
cool.
it like a quick like
Yeah,
this is cool, this is science. How cool is that? Everybody think that's cool. Now watch this. If I take the ends, go in here, see how it's kind of locked in there, potato like
yeah,
ready, boom.
it's
Oh, and
cool.
then like you can be like,
I think
you're
it's
like,
an interesting, I would probably put that, at least for where the places that my brain knows that I do magic, I would say that that's a close-up trick for me, which
uh-huh.
I'm down for. We should
Yep.
mess with that if you're
But what I'm
down.
saying though is for a stage, like you
Yeah.
do that as the like
Oh,
so
the
you
palate cleanser to get
yeah.
into
And
pulling
you
a
get
melon
people to
first.
be like, well, that's pretty cool. And then you're like, I'm
Yeah,
gonna need two people, I'll be right back. And then you walk out with a PVC pipe and a watermelon.
that's
And
great.
now but I don't know if it's better or worse because people are now gonna be like, is he about to do that with those things?
I think it's great. I don't know. That's the kind of thing. So you can only get so far, at least with the dumb shit that I do, where it's like
Till you try it.
those are the beats that you have to try. I think,
Yeah,
I think people should write lines. I think people should have some meat to what they're doing, but
totally.
like there is a version. I have a thing with the hand sanitizer machine in the stage show right now that
Amazing.
like you'll enjoy it if you see it. But it I had a much more complicated trick and routine to it.
Amazing.
And the second that I did it more than once, two-thirds of it went away.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I
It
can
felt
definitely
like,
relate to
oh wait,
that.
I'm a fucking real magician because I'm not trying to cram
Yep.
hours of stuff into this 30-second slot or whatever.
Yeah, because I could see it going both ways. It's like if you pulled it off, now when you pull these objects out, be like,
You
oh, he's
go,
gonna just pull the
oh
watermelon
man.
off somehow. That's cool. And if it happens, I'll be amazed. The other version of it is you just establish the stab. So
Yeah.
now whenever you bring these things out in two people, people have no idea where you're going with it, which that might be better.
I think just the idea of they tell themselves the story of you're gonna jam the thing through the melon is great. And then to just be able to like pop out the two holes that you've already made or whatever and
Yeah.
spit it on there and hand it to them.
The other
Like,
the other thing I love about this is a premise, and we got 17 minutes left. I kind of want to
uh-oh,
figure out how to do this if you're cool
yes,
with it.
please. Oh my God, I'd love to.
Okay, because it's a memorable thing.
Yeah,
Like
it's
you
a
could
legitimate
leave
ritual.
you could leave a show and be like, that thing with the melon was nuts. Like it's like
Yeah,
very clear premise, you
I
know.
can't wait to pay you to scrap this recording. Um, it's the kind of
We
thing.
can scrap it. We can
Oh
scrap it.
no. It's the kind of thing where, well, first off, if we put it in Genie and you and I are doing it in our show, no one's gonna read it. No one's gonna put together their pipe and
We
melon.
can hide it in plain sight.
Someone in 40 years will love our melon trick.
Yeah.
Um, so my brain immediately goes to foam and shells and fakes because I love making that shit. But
Awesome.
usually that overcomplicates things, right?
Not
At least
always, but
for sure. I would say initial stages for me, if I'm like, I've got this thing with a wrench, that's an
yep.
oddly specific example that may be true, where I go, I've got
Feel
this
like it
thing with
is.
a wrench. I literally I could go grab the molds, but I'm like, you know what I'm going to do is I'll make this foam wrench that and it's like you don't need to fucking you shouldn't start with making the
Right.
mold. Maybe you should,
Dude, I think
but
it works in any direction.
yeah,
I'm just gonna say the obvious.
please.
Fake melon.
Slot in the melon.
What?
A slot in the melon.
Fake melon, real PVC pipe,
Yeah.
or fake PVC pipe, real melon. I mean, those are the two that immediately my brain jumps to.
Yeah. I think it I think you want I would love for this. If I was doing it, the constraint that I would put on it is it's a melon, right?
Hmm.
You need to sign it and you need to give it, they need to sign it in the trick and you need to give the melon away. Um, if it's a fake melon that you brought in my own brain, it's going to go through any poll you put it on.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like, of course, the fake melon that he made goes through the poll. Um, and I think the only reason that we're thinking melon is because it's funny to
yeah.
stick
And
through
are
it.
you
But
thinking of watermelon or what's the other melon? Just melon?
practicality wise, I'm thinking watermelon or cantaloupe.
Cantaloupe. Well, they
So I'm
also make like watermelons, like mini watermelons that are the
yeah,
size of cantaloupes.
that
Cantaloupe does seem like it would be. The other reason though I like watermelon is like a white straw going through a green watermelon might
way
look
better stage picture.
might look cooler, but also a white straw going through a potato and then
Yeah.
a cantaloupe, that visual is nice.
Yeah. I think if
Well,
you were in a writer's room that had nothing to do with magic and I wasn't in it, it would be a watermelon on a stick.
dude, no. I don't think the method's gonna determine that right now. One
Uh,
option with signing it, the
yeah.
little stickers that come on the fruit at the
Yeah.
store? Just to say like, now this is a real fruit. I'm gonna let you keep this at the end. I don't
Yeah.
want to put like here, do you see the little sticker? Put a mark on it. Let's happy
That's
face, your initials, whatever you want.
yeah.
That way, like with the pseudo
Love it.
method of like, I don't want to like have you draw on food that I'm gonna give you.
Do we have just a thought?
Hmm.
If you had something, this is going to be half a good idea wrapped in four bad ones.
Yeah, good.
If you had a pole that two people are holding and you're going to throw a handkerchief over it and you're going to thread the melon onto it,
Yep.
if there's something where obviously uh initial method could be not threading it on at all. That's one of
Yep.
the put up on the big board.
Love
So
that.
is there a way to do like an Azra cloth? Is there a handkerchief with a form in it?
Yeah.
Have the melon on my thumb and make it look like we go onto the pole and be kind of clean. And then once the melon is off, the handkerchief can just kind of drape over the thing.
I love that.
Um, which actually, this leads back to just to touch on it, that Corda cup. When I had the espresso mug on the stick, all it was a false threading and a little S hook.
Oh, cool.
So it's like, is there a version of that with the melon where we've got a loop of thread that goes through? Oh, actually, if you had a monofilament going through the hole in the inside of the melon,
Yep.
all threading on, and a way to kind of keep it there and just break that thread.
That's great.
Well, it's a start. I don't know if it will look good or look insane, but
You pros and cons to it because from the middle of the trick to the end, it's amazing. It's just
right.
can you make that but can you make that look believable and
Yeah.
putting it on? Where my head went with like just sometimes I'll go like what is the most impractical, but it would murder in my mind.
For
So
sure.
imagine you get two people, one of them's a stooge,
Love it.
and they have a melon.
Pregnant.
Yes. Pregnant woman, please. Yes, that's a great method. Oh my
Yeah.
God. But a guy, especially if it's a cantaloupe, because a
Yeah.
cantaloupe, I feel like in the small of your back. So,
Yeah.
guy comes up with a jacket, and you have the cantaloupe, the pole. You create the image real,
Love it.
and then you're like, oh, we need, and you grab the handkerchief, and you're like, uh, take off your jacket.
Yeah.
He takes off his jacket, you cover it, and you basically have a knife or something, cut the one cantaloupe off,
Yeah.
remove it with the jacket, and now this is clean.
Yeah.
The jacket's dirty with the duplicate cantaloupe. Give it to the stooge. Give the regular one to the non-stooge, and
Yeah.
then like,
Which is a classic trick. I mean, we're back to like the life
mhm,
saving on the thread or whatever, right?
yeah,
Um, I do love the idea of a form in a jacket or a form in a cloth. I think if you had something, if you were futzing with the thread one, you could thread it on there in a way that looked deceptive if the form lived above the melon.
yes.
Like if you went in like this, if you were able to hold the melon in a way that didn't look insane.
No, totally. Almost like the more bespoke the shape, like the more believable it would be.
Right.
Like you
Like if
cover the, what do I have? It's like fabric. Um,
even if it was just like Bill Abbott's great zombie thing or like Lysander's bubble zombie thing.
yes, yeah,
If you had something in that world, because I assume, I mean, okay, a jacket is killer. If we had to bring our own cloth, I don't think it's out of the question because we've already brought a fucking pipe and a melon.
you're totally right.
So bringing a towel is not a biggie in this. I always remind myself, it's like the clown either brings his metaphorical bag of tricks or literal shit. And I think in a magic show, like, we hope you brought some fucking props unless
Yeah.
you're claiming to be a wizard.
Oh, I love that.
Uh, but
I'm just looking for a ball shaped thing in my.
like even half a Nerf ball that just lived in the cloth
Yeah.
is not crazy to me. Or 3D printed thin shell that like if you started by holding the melon in the towel, if you do
Yep.
unwrap this thing and you've got a melon with a hole in it and it's got a shell that's living under it, and then when you turn it over to go over the pole and you can let go, the shell just sits
Dude,
2.5 inches above the melon.
that's great.
It's neat.
So you have a shell
Yeah.
sewn into your sheet,
Yeah.
right?
My melon cloth.
This melon goes onto it, right?
Yeah.
So this would be like look like that, right?
Yes. I would.
You
Yeah.
you have a hole already through.
I think so. I think you show it to them and you ask them to examine the melon. There's no breaks on the outside of it. You can twist it within the shell like you would
Yeah.
any.
Yeah. Flip
Um,
it over.
lift it up.
Now what's going on is you have the shell
Yeah.
and the melon drops a little bit.
Yeah. And I think you could maybe get your thumb through the thread before totally flipping it over or something,
Yep.
just so that you got this image. And then the one person lets go, you get it onto there. The one thing that I'm totally like jumping over is the idea that the shell, oh, fuck me. Okay, just kidding. So if you've got a melon in a shell, and inside of the shell is a piece of foam. So the weight of the melon will keep it down here. And
Yep.
then when you turn it over, now that foam adds your
Fills the
extra.
space.
Yeah.
That's great. Wait, what's the problem? Or you came up with a solution
No,
as
I the foam is new. The foam's new. I didn't know the foam before.
oh, that's
But
so
that would
good.
lift that shell up enough. And I think the shell doesn't need to be a full semicircle. It could be like,
Just the top.
yeah,
It
the
could
top.
be
Yeah, you literally already have it. We're gonna start selling those. So please, folks, don't go out and buy a skeleton. Just
dude.
it's does
So
that look like a melon to you? I swear, if you put a 3-inch sponge ball in there, you would have something that would lay on top of the melon. And I think the cloth will keep it in place.
well, the other thing though too is if the pole went
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
then the shell would be resting on the pole, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially if you
Yeah.
like uh if you did your shell with like a groove.
Yeah, for sure.
So you had this groove,
Like a
you had
broom
your
clip.
real melon down here.
Yeah.
And then what's the method for the melon dangling? It would be the filament.
I think yeah, that would be a you'd have to play with it thing. I'd be so scared of a like a thick monofilament. If you some melons you might end up having it cut through a part
Right,
of that. But
right.
maybe there's like two threads or
What if
just
it
cut
was like
or something.
cord? What if it was like white string and
Or-
you just held it so that you
Yeah.
couldn't I love the idea. I'm totally fine if it starts super dirty but
Oh
ends
yeah,
really clean.
100%. It
And
should.
then underneath you just untie or cut the string and leave it
Yeah.
all behind so that you end with a
I
clean
love
melon.
that. And I bet you there is a version where if you go under the cloth, that thing can be off way earlier than when you actually pull the cloth away,
Yes.
right? So that thing is off, and maybe your thumb is in the hole just to support it, when you're still holding the pole. And then when you pull the corner of the cloth and dislodge that thing, I was even thinking like your idea of having the divots in it, but then putting like a broom clip um in it to just clip onto that uh
Great.
because those
Yeah,
things I use broom clips for a bunch of shit. Those are
dude.
useful
I don't
gardens.
know what just made me think of this, what you just said, but imagine like here's the pole,
Yeah.
right? I wonder if you could get a visual moment where this is established as it, where
Mhm.
it just rolled off, like so it look
Just put your hand on it and like push forward and roll, right? Because you're already holding the fucking thing. Like
yeah. So
I
you
love.
go under, you futz with it, you cut the string. Now you've
Yeah,
got the melon, and then from the top, you're like, ready? One, two, push, pull that away.
it's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
This is a good. I'm gonna give you $500 to scrap this. I love it. And like keep in mind this whole thing applies to the potato too, right? You can use
Dude,
a wand if you're this is not a this isn't just for Cirque du Soleil. This is a practical trick.
wait, with the straw, with the
Yeah.
potato, you got your
You
potato,
need a
you got your
bigger
like
stick.
a stick.
I wonder, or like, because I'm just thinking this thing, the closer you get, like when I first started doing ring on stick, my stick was not long enough, and I feel
Mhm.
like that kind of affects it.
Yeah.
Because once a lay person has their hands over it, you've only got 3 inches of, you know, actual working space. Whereas something,
You know
even
what I
just a,
love about it being a PVC pipe? Because it's just so cheap. I love
yeah,
the idea of when this comes off, you tell this person to let go, like you can keep the straw and you can keep the potato. You can go back to your
$1.20 or something for a piece like that.
yeah. And just give all the props away at
Dude,
the end.
put it in your rider. Isn't this just better?
Well, I feel like then this is where my brain goes because of like suitcases and ships and traveling. But I feel
Yeah,
like if you went on the diagonal of your suitcase,
that's the exact size you should make the pole.
yeah, and that'd be big. It'd be a big pole.
Yeah,
To
I have
your
a
point, like to give you enough space for a hand to hand and for you to, I just love the visual too. Somebody said this once, but just thinking of tricks as snapshots or posters or like clickbaity thumbnails, even though that shouldn't be every trick, but like
no, but
seeing a
trust me,
man with a foot over a guy's shoulder in a chair with his foot over, like I
big
don't
time.
even have to know the trick, but when I see photos of you doing that trick, it's like I don't care what that trick is. I want to see that trick.
That for me, that was Kenner's Velcro suit growing up. That
Dude,
was why I was like, it's silhouettes are important.
yes.
Like I've had this conversation at length with Rudy Kobe, where it's like his show has so many silhouettes, where you don't even, it doesn't have to be a photo. It could just be like, I know exactly what's going on, or it's at least interesting.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And then I look at it and it's also all the music I like.
Yes.
Also, The Residents and Devo and all this stuff where it's like, it's a full
Package.
package thing.
With this, two people standing with a stick and you triumphantly holding a melon, like
Signed Melon with a paint
signed
marker,
melon.
like,
A
kill.
scribble, a black, that's why it needs to be a cantaloupe because the
Yeah.
black Sharpie across it,
I wonder if you could do like white paint marker on a watermelon though,
that's great.
or
Or
something.
like draw a face on the
Yeah.
cantaloupe.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know,
I
man.
think this trick is closer to being a thing than I thought it could have been in this time.
The foam is amazing. The string, the over it, the visual ending clean is a monster. I think because of the shell, you would get a very believable put on.
Yeah. I think there's a little bit of fear in my mind of what I think instead of an oval melon. Oh no. They'll never know what I was gonna say.
No, keep going. Finish your sentence.
Instead of like a football shaped,
Yes.
like my iconic brain thinks cartoon watermelon, you would probably want, if the string is running through the hole, you
Yeah.
would want it to be a circle. So a
Yeah.
cantaloupe might even be better because it's gonna be turned this way in order to be threaded
Yes.
on the pole.
Dude, cantaloupes where it at. I would do this
Badass trick. I will, yeah, I actually want to mess with this. And you and I should do it and then come back in a year and see who fixed the issues.
because well, that's the other thing is like this is a complete this was insane. This is one of my favorite things ever jammed on in 1 hour. But it
Oh,
is it is like a complete jam where now the only things left to do are go try it.
yeah.
Because like you just said, there are problems that exist that we don't know about. And it's
Yeah.
just not gonna happen until we have melons in
And
PVC.
someone's going to come up with a badass shell and and send us instructions or whatever, or I could print a thing and ship it to you. We're at the fun part. We're at the
Dude, this
fun
is
part.
the fun part. Where's my, I lost my, well, the skull caps work too, in case
Yeah.
anybody needs a quick
That's
version.
the thing is that I think you could get I was going to say we're going into the giant plastic Christmas ornament season. So hopefully it makes it in the issue before the readers
Yeah,
pass
dude,
on
this
the
this is
Christmas.
for December issue.
Could it be any better? January, December 26th. Everyone go out and get your 6-inch plastic ornaments.
Oh my God, dude. I will try this. I will make the
Woo!
claim publicly. There it is. Found it. Or a
This is exciting.
bowl. I feel like almost a bowl, the right bowl at Target for $2 could
Yeah.
be the whole method.
This is nuts. I'm
Thank you
actually,
so much for doing this, Nick. I appreciate it so much.
oh, it was a blast. I am thrilled.
Until the next jam, I'm going to stop recording now.